Hey, Strolines, and I was just getting ready to make an unfriender on Facebook. I had belonged to this group of people who were selling stuff on Amazon, and I added like 4,000. I automated, of course, adding all these people, and now that I'm not, looks like I'm not going to be selling on Amazon. Actually, it's not even it. Um, Facebook has a lot of restrictions on what you can and can't do with writing your friends and stuff. And so the whole having other people in my network on Facebook compared to LinkedIn wasn't nearly as valuable. So I wanted to remove a bunch of them that I don't know, and that just they're hey, don't get me wrong, they're good people, but like I don't want to have them in my friends on Facebook. So I thought, hey, you know what? Why don't I document the whole thing instead of just showing you the solution? I'll show you how I'm working through it, right? Because no solution is ever, perfect and quick and easy. So it's just better to show how everyone fails and things, you work it out. So let me go ahead and start here. I'm going to use, just because I'm lazy and don't feel like dealing with DOM, I'm going to fire up my find text function. And I have a lot of videos on this, and I'm going to capture. So I started this process. The only thing I realized after I did my very first test was I said, "Oh, let me grab this," and I realized there's this drop down up here, and I don't want to monkey with that, right? So I want to make sure I have to the right here where it doesn't have that drop down. So so I want all of these, right? And basically what I did was I would pick one of the persons in the group, and then they'd have like 28 people that are also friends, and that's what I'm using as my checklist of, so I don't get rid of my real friends, if that's such a thing. So here I'm just going to use grayscale. Great, it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and trim this up a bit. Again, this probably doesn't matter, but I do want it to click in the right spot, so it's going to be looking for this and this, because I am going to add some annotation here, because and we'll do a test. So we'll test, make sure it jumps to the right spot. Okay, it found it in less than a second. And it, oh, interesting. How did I get that one? Oh, you know why? Because I trimmed it too much to the right. So let me do this again. This is why it's just good to show the process, right? So let me get that whole thing with the little border. Hopefully it'll see that border. Yeah, and I don't want to lose that border. That border is important, right? Because I trimmed it too much, and of course friends here was the same as down here, because I trimmed too much to the right. Hopefully that makes sense. So okay. Oh yeah, fine. You know what? Screw it. It's fine. And let's say okay. Gray 2. Come on. What? What'd I do? Let's reset. Oh, I'm a moron. I typed friends there. I'm sorry. Now I understand. All right. Apparently I need another cup of coffee. Okay, so let's test. Found it. Yeah, jumps to it. Great, perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to borrow this. And when you click it, notice it shows you up here, that's what it's looking for. I'm going to put that in here, and that's going to basically say, look for that. And first I'm storing this in a variable called text. And then, let's see, that's find text. I have hot strings, I just don't use them that often. Find text, left click. Ah, look at that, beautiful. So that is going to say, hey, when that, I probably have to say if that's okay, then it's going to store it in okay, and this is basically saying, do you want it to adjust left, right, move up, back? No, I don't want to do any of that. I just want it to click it. And so if I actually save this, let's save this as unfriend. Let's do Facebook, just so I remember, because I'll probably refer to this later. So I'm going to launch it. So now it's running, and click it, and it should have clicked to the... Oh, because I didn't find text. I didn't... Let me look at my function here. It's been a while since I've actually written one from scratch. Oh, I didn't do this. Right, I think that is what I was supposed to have done first. So this stuffs the text into the function, and if okay is a variable, then it's going to go do this. Right, so let me save it, reload, and run. And now I don't, so let's, if find text, so it only runs, let me see if, oops, let's see if okay is an object. It's not. So how did it not find that? Okay, find text. Maybe I should expand the area search, but that should have been fine. which I've built that in there. But let's do that just to be safe. That shouldn't matter. It's still not finding it. So text is there. That's there. Find text. I don't know why that's not working. Let's go back to here and test this whole thing. Test. Yeah, it finds it. Jumps to it. That put that in there. What am I missing? That's it there. Okay. Oh. Let's get rid of this if first. Okay, so now it found it. But I still thought, why didn't that work? Let me see if this puts it into an object as well. No, that didn't. Oh, because no. Okay, so apparently in that one, I don't have it actually. I just have it after it's been found. This tells it what to do. Okay, it's been a while since I've actually programmed this thing. So first I got to put it in there, and then this is going to take that object and do something with it. And so now, let me go ahead and get rid of this. And I can get rid of this. So now it is going to go. Oh, come on. Try it again. What? So it's an object there. How does it become an object and not an object? That does not make any sense to me. Let me put this here and then here. Pre, the other one will be post. So pre, it's an object, there's the values. And then after, it's not an object anymore. Oh, look at that. Look, my hot string, there we go. And I don't need any of this because I'm not moving it back. But that is what was going on. Somehow my X got deleted. There it goes. And now it clicked it. Okay. So my hot string, when it populated, let me undo just so I can explain it a little better. So see right here, this should have had an X right here. And my hot string, when it should have been like this. When it populated it, Studio, sometimes it doesn't like hot strings. And actually I need to convert my hot string in there to a different format for it because it's Studio just does not like hot strings. So anyway, I wrote this all before I was using Studio. So all right, now we're back in action. And actually, let me see here if this is actually doing what I think it should be doing. Yes. Oh, no. Okay, it's not an object. Why did it click up there? That was interesting. No, so I got to first put it into there, and then, okay, yeah, this doesn't actually, because I didn't feed it the text, which actually would be a better way to do that, because, anyway, sorry, I'm brainstorming on next steps for basically incorporating this into this and putting in the variable, and then the whole thing is all one thing together. I don't need them separate. So first I find it, put it into an object, which is okay, and then this should be okay. And let's go back and borrow from this, because if okay, there, and now let's get rid of this. So now if it finds it, it'll click it, and then so oops, boy, how am I going to do that? So click it, and then I might have to do a screenshot of that. Let's still try it. So let's go back into here. Can I grab both at the same time? Oh, maybe. So capture, and I'm going to look for that. This one I'll go ahead and trim up a little bit. Probably a little too much, but it should be fine. And here, unfriend, gray, okay. Let's, actually there is no unfriend up. Let's see if we can get that to just stick. And then test. Yes, it found it. There it is. So great. So now I'm going to borrow this. Oops. This whole thing. And to get it, to allow it to wait for the web page to interact, I'm going to add a little sleep here. Let's do 1500 at first, just because I like giving extra time at the beginning and then slowly collapsing the time. Again, this isn't the most optimal way to do this, but it should be fine. So now I'm putting text as that, and basically I'm going to do this again. Search everywhere and click it. Yeah. So that should be fine for the first one. Save, reload, run, and we should see it click there. 1500 seconds. Clicked unfriend, and now that person is no longer friended. And I'm going to run it again, and it should just go on to the next one. Right, so that seems to be working fine. And now just the whole thing is to put it into a loop. Oh, hey, not that. So now let's see what happened. You know what? Let's shrink this thing down to a second, because I think it's plenty of time. No. See, it went back. It started too fast. Oh, no, it moved forward. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I need another sleep. Oh, I need another sleep after that one, right? I need it to, after it clicks on friend, I needed it to wait a second so this image can update, and I don't have to worry that like suddenly it gets put back in there. And then what I should do is say, if it's like, if this first one, it's going to break. So this I could set to 200. It doesn't matter. Just loop. And then if not, I like parens. If not, okay. I'm going to do a message box just so so no more friends, loser. Oh, if not, okay. What's wrong with that? If, does that need to be? Oh, because I'm a moron. That's just setting the variable. I need it after that, right? All right, so now it should loop. The only thing I need to do here is throw in a page scroll. I think, no, I'm looking at my other screen. Unfortunately, I was hoping it would do more than 2 columns if I widened the view, but it won't. It just looks like it just sticks with 2. Oh, wow. This is interesting. I have, let me reload it. I have another Chrome window on the other window with the same, it's on a different person, and it jumped over to that one when it ran out of friends here. Or it goes left to right. So anyway, that was interesting. So I could also help speed it up, lock down where it's searching, right? That search area, which I've built into my little define text function. Friend request sent. Friends, unfriend. Oh, some weird things are happening here. Let me see. How did it get that friend request? Oh, I wasn't paying attention here. I'm not sure how it got to that. Let's take a look at this. So I need to slow that down a little bit more. Friend request sent? What in the world? You know what? Let's make this just so we can see it. This is why image stuff I don't like. So what I don't understand is why isn't, oh, there it goes. Jumping over to the left. Boy, it sure, no, it's working fine. Obviously this is really slow, right? I don't want to do it at this speed. Again, this is why, I might just look at the background traffic in the API call and see what's going on, and just see if I can just post a bunch of these. I'd have to get a list of each one of the friends listed here and their unique IDs in order to automate that. But which again is going to take some time. And this overall, I'm like, hey, you know what? Let me spend a couple minutes writing a script here that will just go through, and I can, you know, click it and set it to go in the background. Actually, like these scripts, they can't run in the background while you're doing other things. So I would set it on another window, and then when I'm, I don't know, reading my emails, or not even, you know, sitting here, I can just have it run, and then come back in and say, okay, let's do another friend, and let's just go through and, you know, go through this process. Now here's where, what I should do is when it says, because it should come up here in a second here, hopefully say no more friends, right? I should send a page down and have it see if that helps, right? Continue the loop. So here, okay, and then I should have had a break there, which I'm going to just reload it. But this should have scrolled down, right? So let's do that first. I should do a when activate, but it should be fine. So let's just do send play. I think we need the curlies page down. And then, okay, so let's put this, add that around, sleep 2000. I think we can now put this back to 1000 and 1000. That's still too much, but and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say start. So I'm making a label here, or like a go sub where I could jump to, and then once it's inside here, I'm going to, after it does this, the page down, I'm going to tell it to go, actually go to will be fine. Go to start. All right, so do you follow the logic here? It's going to start. It doesn't matter, right? It'll just start and drop right into this. It's going to do it. There's no more, when OK is not an object, meaning it didn't get found, it's going to send a page down. It's going to wait 2 seconds, and then it's say go to start, which is back up here, which is just going to restart the process, right? So that's an easy, simple way to get it to go, and kind of keep going over and over. And then what I should do is add a counter. At the counter, set the counter to 0 and say, hey, each time you get into this thing, increment right up on line 12, let's say, after the send the page down, or right before it, whatever. I'm going to increment the counter and then say, hey, every time you do this, add 1 to the counter. And then if the counter gets to be, let's say 3, then go ahead and break and say no more friends, right? Because it's gone through that 3 times trying to send the page down, and no longer did it get to a point where it said no more friends. And so then I'm probably done. I don't understand, like here, maybe you know what, 1 second's not enough. That's interesting. This is why I don't like using images over. What are you doing? Did I reload it? Let's do that. This one, you know what? It doesn't. This is one of those things, right? If I had stuff to do on my computer, like to actually work, then I wouldn't do this. But the fact that like I can plan a time to run this and not be sitting here at the computer, it's fine. I don't mind having the longer sleeps, right? It's just, what in the world? You know what? I'm going to reload the script. Actually, oh, it looks like the script actually. Exit, exit, exit. And let me go ahead and I think I'm done with the find text one. And I'm going to reload this page just to see. Why? How did one mutual? So I'm down to 1 mutual friend. Yeah, whatever. All right, let me just. Can I go back? Yeah, that's just her though. How? Oh, you know what? This was one. Let me go to this one. I'll close that. This is the one I started on, and now we're down to 2. But let me see if I jump to one of them. And again, these guys, a lot of them are... And what I did was I looked for, like, this one has 2,500. Some of them had, like, 5,000 friends. I'm like, you know, a lot of those guys, their friends are probably that same Amazon group that, again, aren't my best buds, right? So, it looks like I already actually removed a lot from this one. No, I cancel request. 19 mutual friends. So let's take a look at, 33 mutual friends. There we go. How in the world it said, I thought it said 33, now it says 25. So, what? It's not finding, it's sending the page down. How did that change? Oh, I'm a moron. The script's not running. All right, so, and my back button is just hitting back. So let me go forward. My main hotkey for launching thing is like the back button, and so it's sorry about that. All right, so relaunch, run. Hello. There it goes. Look how slow that web page is at updating. You know, I have that I'm clicking the button friends and then clicking unfriend. I have a find text one where it will move the mouse there instead of just click there, I think, and it would look a little more intuitive instead of just suddenly clicking it disappearing. But you get the idea. So it's working. I can go through my leisure and just say, okay, let's look at these and find some of those where I have a lot of friends, again, that are singled out. But you get the idea, right? It wasn't too bad. It was, you know, what, 15 minutes or so to write this, and now I can have a script that'll go through and automate a lot of my process. Is it perfect? No, but it was also more fun than actually sitting there and clicking unfriend, friends, unfriend, right? And which is part of my goal. Is just to automate, find the mundane and make it, gamify it, make it more fun, which is something I love to do. So anyway, hope that helps. Cheers.